Please be seated. Chancellor, I acknowledge the traditional owners and their custodianship of the lands on which we meet today, and pay my respect to their ancestors and their descendants. I acknowledge and congratulate the 32 Indigenous graduates who are receiving their award this July. The University of Queensland was founded in the year 1909 by an Act of the Queensland Parliament. Since that date, it has been customary for the university to gather together for the conferral of degrees, diplomas, and certificates. May I now invite Professor Deborah Terry, AC, Vice-Chancellor and President, to welcome the graduands and guests.
Mr. Peter Varghese, AO Chancellor, Ms. Ruby Uanu, valedictorian, graduates, members of staff, distinguished guests, one and all. And can I too acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet. We honour their elders and their continuing cultural and spiritual connection to this land. On behalf of the Senate of the University of Queensland and members of staff, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony. Graduates, we are here to acknowledge your achievements, to celebrate your success, and to offer you our warmest congratulations. You are undoubtedly the stars of today's ceremony. But there is another group that deserves our acknowledgement: your parents, family members, partners and friends who have given you their love and support throughout your studies. So can I ask you all to please stand, look towards your loved ones and give them a big round of applause. Thank you, graduates. Graduates, as you settle back into your seats, I'd like you to take a few seconds to indulge in a moment of personal pride and remember that you earned your degree through your hard work, your intellectual curiosity and your perseverance. And you are about to become graduates of a university that ranks among the top 50 universities globally, a university that strives for excellence in everything we do. But I hope you recognise, as we do, that excellence is only a measure of what the university is good at. Equally important is the question of what the university is good for. And for more than a century, this university has had an enduring vision of knowledge leadership for a better world and a mission to deliver for the public good. Here at UQ, our goal is to create and share knowledge in service to society and in a way that improves the future for those who follow us. And I'm pleased to say that we're continuing to do this in a myriad of different ways, from partnering with Emory University in the US to establish a state-of-the-art vaccine research hub, to working to reduce emissions across Australia's agricultural sector through the Zero Net Emissions Agricultural Cooperative Research Centre, to providing medical pathway programs across Queensland to help train a future regional workforce and improve the provision of health services in these areas, and seeing a UQ-developed digital design tool for galleries, libraries, archives and museums being commercialised and used around the world. Such achievements are, of course, very satisfying, but the most tangible expression of our university's contribution to society is reflected in the achievements and the impact of our graduates. This includes leaders, entrepreneurs and change makers across all fields of endeavour who are applying their UQ education to benefit others. And very soon, you'll all become UQ's newest graduates and the next stewards and shapers of our future. As a society, we need you to make the most of your education because there's no denying that you're embarking on your professional careers against a backdrop of momentous global change. Our world is being reshaped daily by a shifting geopolitical landscape, an increasing urgency for a clean energy future, and the impact of rapid technological change. In the midst of all of this change, the news cycle and our social media feeds can at times create a sense of uncertainty and fear. But I urge you to carefully guard your optimism and hang on to your faith in a brighter future. Because, as the former American President Barack Obama once said, the future is unknowable, but the winds always blow in the direction of human progress. And I've no doubt that he's right. The irrefutable lesson of history is that we are capable of overcoming challenges as long as we respond with human ingenuity, aspiration and compassion, which is a lesson that should fill all of you with a sense of confidence and comfort, because in so many ways these are the skills that you've been developing during your time here at UQ. Technical, subject-specific skills and knowledge, yes, but also the inherently human skills, critical reasoning, creative thinking, empathy, communication, teamwork, and ethical decision-making, among many others. Skills which, importantly, in the age of artificial intelligence, cannot be replicated by a machine or by an algorithm. And so, graduates, as you prepare to move on from UQ, our hope is that you will deploy all of your skills, both subject-specific and human, in a way that's rewarding for you personally, but also helps to build a stronger, fairer and more resilient society for us all. On behalf of my colleagues, I congratulate you all wholeheartedly and I wish you all the very best for the future. Today is your day. Enjoy it, celebrate and feel proud. Thank you.
Would the graduands please stand? Chancellor, I submit to you a roll of candidates. On behalf of Executive Deans of Faculties and the Dean of the Graduate School, I certify to you and through you to the whole university that the following candidates on this roll have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for their respective degrees, diplomas and certificates.
On the certification of the President of the Academic Board, I confer the respective degrees, diplomas and certificates on the candidates whose names appear on this roll. May I personally and on behalf of the University of Queensland Senate extend to each and all of you our warmest congratulations.
Would the graduates please sit?
Chancellor, our valedictorian today is Miss Ruby Iron-Yu. Ruby is an exemplary student with an exceptional academic record, maintaining a GPA of 6.82 throughout her undergraduate studies. Her academic ability has been consistently recognised with the Dean's Commendation for Academic Excellence on 7 occasions. In addition, she has received prestigious awards such as the Herbert Smith Freehills Prize for Contract Law in 2019 and the Maria de Donatis Memorial Prize in Corporate Law in 2022. Beyond her academic achievements, Ruby has demonstrated exceptional promise in research, co-authoring several academic articles, particularly in cybercrime and criminal law. During her time at UQ, she also took advantage of opportunities to enrich her cultural understanding and enhance her French language skills through immersive programs in New Caledonia and at Sciences Politiques University in Paris. I now have great pleasure in inviting Ms. Ruby Iron-Yu, Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Law honours of this university, representing the graduates, to present the valedictory address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Senate, distinguished guests, and of course, fellow graduates. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Turrbal and Yagara peoples, and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. It is a privilege and immense joy to stand with you today to celebrate the culmination of our academic endeavours at the University of Queensland. I'm deeply humbled to be recognised as valedictorian and extend my gratitude to the faculty for this honour. The Haas faculty houses a myriad of degrees, each challenging and edifying in their own way. From history and politics, anthropology and sociology, geography, languages, literature, and beyond, it is clear that our experiences are diverse and that no two graduates are the same. Yet, despite the multiplicity of our individual studies, I believe that we're a cohort united in the belief that the university experience extends beyond textbooks, lectures, and exams. It's about the growth, friendships, and experiences that we've garnered along the way. Our time at UQ has fostered intellectual curiosity. We've learnt to think critically and actively engage in the ongoing dialogue unfolding both in and outside the classroom. And in turn, we leave prepared to contribute to whichever sector we choose. To our lecturers, mentors, and tutors who challenged and inspired us to achieve more than we thought possible, thank you. Your guidance has given us the ability to not only understand the world, but to transform it. But true success is not solely measured by academic excellence. Our biggest achievement lay in navigating the at times relentless demands of our individual studies, while working, interning, keeping healthy, and staying connected to our friends and family. Though at times we may have felt like throwing the towel in, we adapted to be more resilient, resourceful, and all the more hardworking for it. Besides, we'd already invested far too much time and money to simply give up now. In and beyond the classroom, we have learnt cultural competency and integrity. Our studies have given us a unique and highly personalised lens through which we view the world. For me, the university afforded opportunities to take my studies abroad. From an intensive French program in Paris refining my language skills, to engaging with Kanak peoples in New Caledonia, learning of their customs and plight, to carrying out legal aid work in the Lao People's Democratic Republic to promote access to justice and the rule of law. Each course has allowed me to develop a nuanced global perspective. And it's exciting to know that each of you have your own stories which have shaped how you view the world and have poised you to approach others with grace and empathy. Finally, we have learnt the value of teamwork. From studying with friends in the library to the dreaded group assignment, each opportunity taught us to foster a collaborative ethos and build community. But it's the community at home, the mothers, fathers, partners, siblings, or even roommates, to whom we owe so much of our success. Thank you for your unwavering support and strength. You made things less difficult in times where, frankly, we didn't make it easy for you. It is because of your faith in us that we leave here empowered in ourselves. And if you'd quickly indulge me, I'd like to personally thank my mum and dad, to whom I'm utterly indebted for all the love and support over the past 5.5 years. Thank you. To my fellow graduates, so sorry, I've just got one more thing to say, because the most important people here today are my fellow graduates. I just wanted to say congratulations. Today is one of immense excitement, pride, and accomplishment. And as we stand at the precipice of a new chapter, replete with possibilities, I encourage you to embrace every opportunity and take agency over your futures. Go forward with courage and compassion, find and build your community, collaborate always, and of course, create change. You are each remarkable. Thank you very much.
Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce the School of Music Ensemble to perform This Is Me by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. The sharpest words wanna cut me down. Gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies, this is me.
Chancellor, I now continue the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences. Kémis Oyiki.
Chancellor, in keeping with a long-standing tradition around the world, the university from time to time awards a doctorate, honoris causa, or honorary doctorate. As the university's highest honour, this prestigious award recognises individuals whose outstanding achievements have made a unique and lasting contribution to our society in a way that aligns with our mission and values as a university. Today, I have the honour of presenting a posthumous award to the late Margaret Valadian, AO MBE, a most worthy recipient of the doctorate honoris causa. Margaret Valadian was an Indigenous academic, educator and advocate for Indigenous rights through improved access to education. In 1966, she became Australia's first Aboriginal woman to complete a university degree, graduating from the University of Queensland with a Bachelor of Social Studies. She went on to complete a Master of Education at the University of Hawaii in 1969 and a Master of Social Welfare at the State University of New York in 1973. Providing access to quality education and enriching communities were Margaret's driving passions. She founded the Queensland Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Teacher Aids Development Program in 1976 and the Aboriginal Training and Cultural Institute in 1978. Both organisations work to provide education and management training for Indigenous peoples, training counsellors, youth workers, teaching assistants and health workers. She dedicated her life to her academic and professional pursuits, advocating for Indigenous education and promoting educational access to those in rural communities. She was recognised for her efforts through many accolades. In 1976, Margaret Valadian was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire for service to Aboriginal welfare. And in 1986, she was appointed an officer of the Order of Australia for service to the community, particularly in the field of Aboriginal education and culture. In 1995, she was awarded an Honorary Doctor of Letters by Macquarie University. She was also named as the UQ Alumnus of the Year in 1996, and she received a Centenary Medal in 2001. Chancellor, Margaret Valadian, AO MBE, was expected to be presented with the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa at this ceremony, but sadly passed away late last year. She touched the lives of many, and she will be dearly missed by all those who knew her. It is with great respect I present a posthumous Doctor of the University honoris causa to Margaret Valadian, bestowed by the Senate of the University of Queensland. This award will be presented to her niece, Jasmine Valadian.
I first met Margaret when I was in my early 20s, a young woman, and she became a lifelong colleague and was a friend to many. She was a beacon of advocacy for Indigenous rights through improved access to education, and she sought to bring change to the lives and aspirations of disadvantaged Aboriginal people and really focused to promote a better future for Aboriginal people and for all people.
One of the things that has influenced my activism was a National Indigenous Education Conference being held at the University of Queensland. And I came to that conference. I was supposed to go to school, but I came to that conference. It was liberating to hear this conversation and to see the conversation being led by Indigenous people, and Margaret was one of them.
Margaret Valadian should be a household name in Australia. As the first Aboriginal woman to graduate from an Australian university, she shattered barriers and paved the way for Indigenous representation in academia. Her advocacy for Indigenous rights and her role in establishing culturally sensitive education programs have reshaped Australia's approach to Indigenous learning.
There was a grace about Margaret that made you pay attention to what she had to say. So I think that also speaks to her courage to go into spaces where Aboriginal people hadn't necessarily been before and bring the change. Those changes then helped build what we have now in Indigenous education. Well, one aspect of Margaret's legacy is that as an Aboriginal woman, she was fearless. There was this giant within her skin that was going to bring change. And when she did, it made you sit up and take notice.
I'm grateful for Margaret's pioneering spirit, breaking barriers in education and advocating for our rights, and fostering cultural understanding. She inspired hope and empowerment. And while there is a long way to go, she has truly made a difference. Margaret Valadian? No, Dr. Margaret Valadian will be missed.
I now invite the Chancellor, Mr. Peter Varghese, AO, to deliver an exhortation to graduates.
As we conclude this ceremony, let me again congratulate all the graduates who have received their degrees today. I know you're all proud of your achievement and thankful to those who supported you along the way. As graduates of the University of Queensland, I encourage you to proudly champion the university's values. pursue excellence in all your endeavours, shape our world through creative and independent thinking, and act with honesty and accountability in your dealings with others. You will always be connected to this university, no matter where your life takes you. You are part of a unique fellowship that will provide you with strength and support in the years ahead. I wish you every success as you enter this new stage of your life and career. I will now ask our graduates to remain seated while everybody else who comfortably can stands and joins me in applauding those who graduated today.